Now, and as you know, not many people go over to my YouTubes to watch these recordings,
Right.
but I think today they will.
Okay.
Because let me tell you how all this came to a head.
Okay. I want to know because I got a frantic phone call from you about an hour ago saying, Anna, there is video to play.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Serena says to me on a daily basis, why do you always seem put out? Why do you always seem angry? Why are you always walking around hand wringing? And, look, I work from home.
You're kvetching.
I don't go anywhere. I'm kvetching.
Yeah.
I'm here. So, and unfortunately for me, I care too much. I care. I get on the phone and I talk to people who want to get better. I talk to people every day, 5 days a week. That's the only thing I do 5 days a week because I work 7 days a week. You see, folks, there's no vacation. Even when I was in Europe, you go, oh, Vinnie took almost 3 weeks in Europe with his family. I had a computer, I had a cell phone. Ask anyone who follows me on Twitter, ask anyone who does phone calls. I was still doing phone calls every day. I was still doing Twitter every day. I was still running the company. I was still doing everything every day. Notice through the Christmas holidays into the new year, we put out new content every day. Every day that new content was
you and I we did so many podcasts over that break.
Even the Adam Carolla show. They do not put out new content. It's somewhere around the second week in December, they go into, we'll just play a bunch of best ofs. The only time you hear that here is if I'm really caught out and I can't get to a mic, and it's happened from time to time.
It's rare though.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
But it's not 2 or 3 weeks of best of.
No.
I'm on it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm on it every day. Why? Because I care. Because I made a commitment to help people. I take movies that once they make money, I take the money, make another movie. And what do? Do I go out and get some hookers and blow? No. I take that money to make another movie. Oh, yeah, a little hookers, a little blow. I like to do it off their ass. It's just the way I roll. And then I take the money and go make another movie because I'm
take what's left over from that and you make another movie.
Right. I'm not keeping this money. I don't feel like it's mine. Right. I'm trying to help people in the best way I can. Right. And that came from, if you're new to this program, I almost died in 2007. I was almost very, very dead. And I got to live. And because of that, I said, I got to do something. I got to do something that matters. And I said, this whole internet thing seems to be coming around. Look, I was watching the Pam and Tommy Lee thing. And the most interesting part about that is when that tape first came out, they were going, what? The interweb? What?
Yeah.
They were selling that video copies. Like people were signing.
You could go to Odyssey and get it.
You had to send a check in.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't like
PO box, North Hollywood, California.
That's the most interesting part of that whole thing. Was not that long ago.
Yep.
That's how the internet worked, right? And once it really came around, and I looked around, and I wrote the book and the whole thing, I went, I can really help. I can really make a difference here. I really, and at the core of my being, I feel like I can make a difference. But I'm not so sure I am. I'm not so sure I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying, Anna. And I know you're trying too.
Oh God, every day.
So
I have to laugh because I know, and I just know the things that we're up against every day. And part of it's like, we knew what we were doing when we decided to put ourselves out there 10 years ago.
Look, I remember early on, you used to call me going, someone wrote something bad about me in a review. It's like, Anna, do what I do. And you were like, what do you do? I said, don't read the fucking reviews.
No, let's give some context, Vinny. You said every week, I have an idea. Let's read some reviews. And I was like, okay. And then I went and looked and I was like, well, I don't really want to read these.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and I was like,
it's actually your fault.
Anyway. Yeah. I was like, we should read them anyway.
But read them on the air. And I was like,
Listen, here's the deal. I never cared about it. But when you start getting popular, when you start making a difference,
right,
you become a lightning rod. You become a bit of a whipping post. You become the new whipping boy. Now, listen, don't feel sorry for me. There's no reason to feel sorry for me. I'm not asking for any sympathy. You want sympathy? Somewhere between syphilis and suicide in the dictionary. I don't believe it. I don't need sympathy. I'm not asking for your well wishing.
Good Lord, no.
What I'm saying here is when Serena goes, why do you always seem to be in a bad mood? Because I'm on Twitter. I got people calling me a fucking murderer. You know, no matter to my best wishes, they take down my Wikipedia and they put me on Wacky Wiki or whatever, and they say I'm a fucking climate denier, which I don't understand what that means. You know, my hometown of Donaldsonville, Louisiana.
That's funny considering we've never even talked about climate change on this podcast.
Right. They call me a climate denier. But where did that come from? Okay. Do I think global warming is happening? Yes. Yeah, I do. It's warmer. Guess what? It's going to happen anyway. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's all the carbon in the air. You know, we're pumping too much carbon up there. Do I think it's coming from a cow? No. Not only do I not think that, I have actual experts telling me it's not. Experts, not some idiot on Twitter.
Well, you don't sound like a climate denier to me.
At the same time, I was taken off of Twitter, off of Wikipedia. I went to my hometown. I used to be one of the famous people. I came from my hometown because when you come from a small town, you write 2 books, you do a few movies. You're one of the more recognized people from that small town.
Right.
Me and a couple of pro football players, some governor who did something, and a guy named Ralph Falsetta, who was the local mafia, is known in Donaldsonville as being.
He's on the Wikipedia and you're not.
He's on the Wikipedia. But the local mafiosa guy, the guy that was grifting,
yeah,
he's part of Wikipedia. He's a famous person that came from Donaldsonville. You know who was wiped off of the Donaldsonville page? Me. Not the guy that owned 5 strip joints in the neighborhood and fucking ran cards and ran people out of money and everything else and probably into drugs and what have you.
Yeah.
You know, no. Who? Me. I'm the problem. I'm the problem, not Ralph, not the local mafiosa. Go to Donaldsonville Wikipedia. You will see Ralph Falsetta's name there. Family friend. My mom's best friend was his daughter. Still is. Rosalyn, I'm sorry I'm talking about your dad. I'm talking about the truth here. I think we all know the truth, and nobody in Donaldsonville thought he was anything other than that. Okay?
Yeah.
And Chucky and Margot and all of you, all of the grandkids, sorry. I think we all know who your grandfather was. Okay. Me, not there. Not there. Okay. Fine. I don't need that accolade. I don't give a fuck. Donaldsonville doesn't give a fuck about me. But the fact that they can wipe you off of the internet because they want to, the fact that vegans can call me a murderer every day and tell me I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm ignorant, I have no idea what I'm talking about. When I actually know what I'm talking about, I have a problem. I have a big problem, right?
Yeah.
So today I said, you know what, Vin? You've been working since 6 o'clock this morning. I spend my time doing aerobics in the same room where I do weightlifting and everything else. I took a shower. I took a shower because I was going to get my haircut. You like my haircut, Anna?
Hey, your haircut looks good. I was actually going to say something.
Thank you. I went over to the girl.
You look sharp.
Courtney cut my hair. She's about my age. And I love going to see Courtney because she's a hairdresser. And by definition, they're fucking crazy. And I love talking to hairdressers.
They have all the tea. Yeah.
Every time I go in, she's got a different thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I can't get enough of it. Right. And since she's my age, it's kind of hey, we're the same age. It's kind of, grew up on the same music, I guess. Okay. I don't want to smell. I've been working out. I've been doing everything. And,
You want to be nice? You want to present well for Courtney.
Yeah, I want to clean up a little. I don't want to go in smelling all, So I took a shower. I went, I saw Courtney. I went to the liquor store, got myself a thing of scotch because the football is coming up this weekend. It's coming out on Monday. We're doing this on Thursday. Super Bowl is coming up.
That's right.
And I needed myself a good bottle. Got some Talisker 10-year, one of my favorites. And then after that, I said, you know what? If I go back home, I'm just going to get on the Twitter and I'm going to just get pissed. I'm feeling good right now. I got a haircut. I took a shower. I feel pretty good. I never
Your
have.
aura is cleansed.
Oh, I'm out there. It's not snow. It's not snow all over the ground. It was 60 degrees today. We're having an unusually warm day in February. And I'm feeling pretty good. I got my booze in my car. I got Courtney's giving me the best. Look how good this haircut is, Alan.
Yeah. You got the diamond in the back?
To Virginia. Oh, yeah. You want to see the back?
Yeah. Look at that. Looks good.
She went all the way around.
Yeah.
She gave me a good cut.
You don't look like a hippie anymore. You don't look like Vinnie Strathairn anymore.
No, I look like Vinnie now.
Yeah.
Strathairn has the hair going everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a coffee shop I like over in town. I said, they make a really good cappuccino over there. I'll get myself a dry cappuccino, 3 shots, then with a blonde roast. They really know how to do it. So I'm going to go over there and do that and just relax. Just relax. Matter of fact, I brought a magazine. How many people look at a magazine anymore, Anna?
I have a stack of them to look at, and I never have the time to look at them.
Brought the magazine with me.
Nice.
I get a subscription to a magazine called The Field. It's a British magazine about, outdoor living, going hunting and all this kind of stuff, or shooting, they call it. So I bring my field with me and I'm armed. I know I'm doing all this when I leave the house. I know where I'm heading after Courtney, after the liquor store. I'm going to go enjoy that coffee. I got time on my hands, and boy, I'm enjoying myself. And right there at the end, I picked up my phone and I see this thing. I don't know how I see it. I don't know.
Did you look at Twitter? What happened? Because I told you not to look at Twitter.
Well,
unless you absolutely have to, unless you put it off.
Okay, hang on. They gave me a new phone yesterday. Yeah. They meaning Serena. And turns out this new phone.
And whoever she's cavorting with gave you a new phone.
She gave me this new phone and turns out it's broken. Verizon's sending me another brand new one tomorrow. Look, you got the same exact phone. Yeah. So
except mine worked out the box.
Yeah, mine, like I can't get phone calls in. I can only send phone calls out.
Oh.
Right. And Serena worked with these people. I'm not exaggerating. 6 hours. 6 hours. They couldn't get it straight.
That's 5.5 too many hours.
And they finally said, we're going to send you a new phone. Meanwhile, my old phone had a little button down here at the bottom.
Yeah, you don't have that
button and things go on. I swiped up. And apparently it was on my Instagram page.
Okay. Your For You page?
Well, it just said Instagram. It was like I swiped up. Okay. And Instagram pops up. Like usually, let me show you. Usually when I swipe up, I see a picture of Serena. You see that? And she's on a red carpet somewhere. Yeah. That's what I normally see. But then I swiped again and something else came up, like a message from Instagram, and there's this video of this woman, but it's only 1 minute because it's Instagram. And I watched the 1 minute, and within 1 minute, I went from being the most chill, calm, all day long. I was to enraged, infuriated. And I came home and I called you and I said, Anna, we got to figure something out tonight. Even though no one ever watches me on YouTube when I do these, folks, tonight, I want you guys, or today, whenever you're watching this, I want you to go to YouTube and watch what I'm putting up right now. Now, I'm going to try to pull it up again here. Let me see how we do this. All right, so that's that. Okay. Now, I don't know what I just did.
You can do share screen?
I need to make it smaller again so I could do share screen.
I know you can do it. I believe in you.
Watch me do this, Anna. Watch me do it. Share screen.
And then pick the window that has the video. You guys have to watch this on YouTube. So
Wait, I hope they don't have my stuff anywhere on the screen. I think we're good.
You can X out of other tabs if you don't want to show those tabs that are open.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna hit share. So it should be coming up.
There it is. I see it, but I only see the top line of it. So maybe you hit full screen. There we go.
Okay, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the Oxford Union Society.
Yeah.
My friend, Michaela, I don't know what it is. It seems to be some sort of college or something. I don't know what it is. Michaela Peterson, who's been on my Friday show, is here. That's Dr. Peterson's daughter, who seems to, she does, but this is not her talk. This is some other woman. I don't know this woman's name, but I was going to just go through and just pick out pieces and parts.
I'm just looking up the Oxford Union, and it looks like it's calling itself the world's foremost debating society.
Okay. So other people debated, and then this woman comes up. And when Serena says to me, and when other people say, why do you seem so angry today? When this is your whole day, folks. And Anna said, oh, pick a couple of minutes here and there.
I know. I really thought it would just be like, pick the highlights, but then he said the whole thing. And I was like, okay. Folks.
This is like if you're saying, okay, we're going to take, I don't know. We're going to take Tom Brady's highlights and we're going to melt it down to 1 minute. You can't do it.
Right.
This woman is the GOAT when it comes to vegans.
She's the vegan GOAT.
Because she's saying shit that make absolutely less than 0 cents. And I will stop it along the way and comment. Anna, I would like you to feel free to comment also.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, folks. Let's see if I can make this work.
But move on with the debate, I call upon Kara Adams to conclude the side proposition.
Okay, so Miss Thing's coming to the stage.
I've read the motion, and I believe we should move beyond all meat. So what we choose to eat has consequences far beyond the circumference of our plates. Specifically, your vote to...
Anna?
You said, I want to move beyond all meat. Is that a reference to Beyond Burgers? Or
No,
is that just
I thought that was the first time too. She, I thought she was on our side. She goes, I want to move beyond all meat. I thought she was going, ooh, this woman wants to, do something. She doesn't believe in this fake meat stuff, right? This thing I just did a whole movie on. By the way, you see this guy in the corner right here?
Yeah, with
right
the
here?
glasses. Yeah.
Watch him doing the thing.
Oh boy. Yeah. You know I love an extra. I will focus on if someone's doing something dumb in the background, that's all I can focus on.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Tonight expresses your allegiance to or rejection of a white supremacist patriarchal worldview.
Okay, we're talking about
Wait, what?
meat.
Hold
we're
on.
talking about meat.
Did I miss something? What did she say?
No,
right before
you
that?
did not. Anna, would you like me to go back?
Yes, please. I'm
going to go back because this caught me off guard. I'm going to go right back to the beginning of this woman speaking because she comes right. She went beyond wokeness, right? She double clutched on wokeness right out of the gate. And by the way,
I'm just okay. I want to hear her say the whole sentence because I feel like I missed. I feel like I missed a conjunction or two.
All right, this is her when she's just getting ready to speak.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. This is good, by the way, that we can't get past the first sentence.
What we choose to eat has consequences far beyond the circumference of our plates. Specifically, your vote tonight expresses your allegiance
maybe I didn't go back.
Or rejection.
I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
I've read the motion, and I believe we should move beyond all meat. So what we choose to eat has consequences far beyond the circumference of our plates.
I agree.
Specifically, your vote tonight expresses your allegiance to or rejection of a white supremacist patriarchal worldview.
Hold on, stop.
Okay. You see, you're angry already, or you're something.
So she's basically saying, if you don't vote for no meat, you're espousing something that's generally
Or
hated,
a
which is an
white-
oppressive.
Yeah, you're an oppressive white supremacist. By the
How
way,
is that fair? Is that straw man? Is that, which one is that? Or is that false?
I don't know, but look, I've heard this before in the movie What the Health. They have a guy that's calling eating dairy products. You know, I've heard this before. I get this before. Oh, of course you eat meat. You're white. What? Are you kidding? Guess who's not white, honey? Miss Adams? The Maasai tribe of Africa. Matter of fact, they don't have one white there. Are they white supremacists? Are they the new blackface of Africa of white supremacy because all they eat is meat? I'm wondering, are you going to even bring that up? I don't think so, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed it the first 3 times I listened to this. Should I carry on, Anna, or do
Well,
you have a comment?
I just don't understand. So is she using guilt to like make you be like, oh, well, I don't want to be a white supremacist.
Anna,
I mean, doesn't that appeal to most rational human beings that of course they don't want to be associated with white supremacists? Hello.
Well, she has been on stage for less than 30 seconds. She's like Zorro with a knife.
She went right there. But so I'm guessing she's setting up a very incendiary argument, and now she's going to take the next 11 minutes and back it up. Is this what's going to happen?
I love that we're 1 minute in and we can't even get past her first comment.
It's not that I'm upset. I just don't understand. I always get defensive when I'm like, okay, you're going to go there with some argument. But yeah, no shit. Nobody wants to be associated with white supremacists.
Yeah,
of course.
Anna.
Does that mean that everyone who's not a vegan is a white supremacist?
Oh, Pumpkin, please calm down. We got another 11 minutes to go. She goes way deeper than this.
I'm sorry, I forgot about the patriarchy too.
If you want to see this crazy bat, you can watch this on my YouTube channel. Go to Vinnie Tortorich YouTube. It'll be front and center when this podcast comes out. You ready to go, Anna?
I can't wait till everything we say gets yanked out of context and put on the internet. So
knock yourself out. I'm the new white face of Joe Rogan.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm making as much sense as this idiot.
But all I'm saying is don't play on my sympathies about down with the patriarchy and down with white supremacists. No shit.
Anna,
I get it.
Anna, I'm begging you.
The two are not the same. It's the same thing as not having meat. I know.
Anna.
I know. I'm just already upset.
Oh God, Anna.
I already feel moved to an emotion.
Anna, do you have any marijuana?
I just smell bullshit because I don't like it when people are just automatically trying to play with my feelings.
Anna, do you have any marijuana or anything that can?
No, I don't do marijuana.
Do you have the drink? We might need a drink by the end of this show. I might
Press
be
play because we don't have all day for this.
Oh, Anna, you can leave. I'm going to
job.
play this. I'm going to play this till the end.
You can leave. I might leave. I might just leave. It might be my first walkout.
Anna.
Yeah.
Look at the craziness in her eyes. Look at that.
She's a zealot. Go ahead.
Oh no, you haven't heard yet. Here we go. Come on, Miss Adams. Spread more. And look. Oh, by the way, look at the guy in the background. Oh, he's already smiling. Keep an eye on the guy in the background. This guy over here.
I hope his leather jacket is pleather.
Oh, he ain't down with the cause. So here we go.
Okay.
Vote to further inequality and sustain world-destroying violence. In the sexual politics of meat, I introduced the concept of animals as absent reference.
The sexual politics of meat.
That's a concept I'm not familiar with.
Oh,
I generally don't
Anna,
sexualize my animals.
I am very familiar with it. I get this all the time from vegans. Yeah, we're making animals fuck. The white supremacists are making animals fuck. I'm not, Anna, you see, when I tell this to Serena, when we're doing pillow talk at night, she thinks I'm making it up. I'll say, no, Serena, look at my tweet. She's like, put your phone down. I was like, Serena, look. They just wrote me this. Someone found my email address. Look what they wrote to me. She's like, Vin, put it down. I get this every day. I'm letting the audience see what I get every day. I'm letting you see, Anna, what I get every day.
I just didn't even know the context.
Oh,
So it's called, so breeding animals is called the sexual politics of meat.
According to Miss Adams.
Okay.
Okay, you want to continue?
Yep.
In order to be eaten, animals must disappear as living beings, that is, be killed. They then disappear conceptually, as so many forms in which we eat animals' corpses are massaged by euphemistic language: hamburger, steak, pork, bacon, etc. Even the speaker just before me talked about turkeys. He's talking about dead, butchered turkeys, of whom part of their bodies will be eaten. Meat eaters order leg of lamb, not a baby lamb's leg. The animals cannot possess their own body parts. Tonight, think about how.
I mean, I don't disagree with her. We have these different terms for different things that we eat.
If they called it baby's leg of lamb, I'd still eat it. Is that coming with mint jelly, or what are we doing? You know, I get where she's going with it. You know, she's trying to, so look, the animals have, okay, normal vegan argument. Let's get past some of this. Let's get to minute 3 or 4, but I'm not going to minute 3 or 4. We're playing all the way through.
No, we'll play all the way through, but I'm just going to say everything in every industry has words that help sell it better. So she's not wrong on this. Like it doesn't say on the front of a package of steaks. It doesn't say butchered, bloody, dead cow.
Right. And we call it steak.
But also too, like, I don't know. I
Anna,
can't. I wish I had watched this in advance so I could have a more clever analogy. But pretty much everything has marketing on it. So are we supposed to be like, but only the meat industry can't use marketing?
No. Listen, when I shoot a pheasant, when we serve it, we don't go, this was bird blown out of the sky meat.
You don't say that.
Would you
on your menu?
No.
On today's menu, these pheasants at one point fucked and gave birth to this pheasant that we shot out of the sky.
And then Vinnie put
we ripped all its feathers off and we cooked it and gave it to you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of the process.
Yeah. No, we just go, here's some pheasant. And everybody goes, thank you for doing this. Okay, here we go.
The language of our debate has or has not participated in the structure of the absent referent. Who disappears and why? 21st century animal eating requires our complicity in a new colonialism. We know how settler colonialism worked, an erase and replace system that forced indigenous people off the land, replacing them with cattle and white settlers.
Okay, am I to understand? So now she's making a case that we came in and, killed all the Indians.
Which we did.
Right. But she's saying that they didn't eat meat. Their wigwams were made out of the skin of animals.
Again, she's running a guilt trip. So far, she's just using guilt.
Right. But my question
is, play to the white guilt.
Okay, but I want to be clear here.
And avoid that, perhaps indigenous cultures also eat meat.
But she's saying that, no, we came in and took these vegan Indians, those vegan Indians that use buffalo, that use cattle or deer and everything else. But, and used every part of them, by the way, entrails and everything, right? They used it all. And she's saying that.
Right. And before she was talking about turkeys. She was saying that she was basically implying that, they're turkeys, but they only eat part of the turkeys. And then now she wants the culture that actually uses the indigenous people who, like you say, actually use the whole animal as best as possible and maximize their resources. It has now been complete. I don't know. It's just what?
Her inference is that they didn't use the animal at all, that they were vegan. But let's go on. There's a lot of things here. It's a lot of nuance, but I don't want to get hung up on the nuance. Let's just go with the stuff.
I know, but what I'm saying is nobody's arguing that it's time to move away from colonialism. How is that okay, what a fresh hot take, lady. No shit.
Yeah. But you see, she's using what? She's going to go back to white men at least 3 more times in her argument. It's all the problems here are somehow related to white men. But let's continue.
I recognize today as Indigenous Peoples Day. One of the defining aspects of the colonial legacy is an ongoing white supremacy.
Go on.
Did she just do one of those things that people do, like, I recognize today as Indigenous Peoples Day, and like give a little like smirk, like I'm so, you know what I mean? Like she was pandering a bit right there. Can we agree on that?
Oh,
it felt like a big pander to the, like she was looking like, where are my Indigenous people at?
Yeah, kind of
There's
like
one. We're at Oxford. There's one.
Anna,
hello, friend.
I can never remember her name. Who was the woman that was running for president? Blonde hair, blue eyes, and she.
Elizabeth Warren, who did the Pocahontas thing.
Yeah, and Trump started calling her Pocahontas. This is crazy like that, right? You know, it's like, give it up. You're white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman, and you're talking about your peeps, the Indians, your peeps. Really? Because you put a couple of puka shells around your neck, you're an Indian now?
But no, even worse, her cultural appropriation is having a turquoise statement necklace. So there we go.
I was calling puka shells.
I know, but it's not, I'm being clear for the people who are not watching the YouTube video.
Go watch
she
the
has
YouTube
a
video.
statement necklace, Luann de Lesseps level statement necklace of turquoise around her neck. And by the way, can we remind everybody that you and I are not political? We don't take sides.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah,
but I want to be really clear on that. We're not like saying like, oh, Donald Trump is amazing for calling Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas. I actually don't give a shit about either one of them.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend that crap. We're not political.
I know, but we're going to get tweets about it, and don't waste my time.
I was trying to figure out who was calling who Pocahontas. And it was,
but what I'm saying is, don't tweet me about that. Tweet me to ask me questions about how to make a nice bone broth. That's what I want. That's the Twitter question. Yeah, ask about what recipes you can make with marinara. Don't tweet me about the damn something that happened in 2016 that I don't give a shit about. Okay, statement necklace lady, go.
Yeah.
Premises, belief system, and an ownership paradigm. When you own the land, you get the title to it. Entitlement and ownership are linked. All the justifications for the taking of land by white colonial authorities included the claim, well, the Indians can't prove they own the land. Hunting exists within this colonial ownership paradigm. It presumes that animals don't have title to their own lives. Once
are you able to look? This is written.
What is she? What?
Anna, I would like to say she's off and running, but she's reading this off of a prepared statement. This woman is not off and running, folks. She actually sat down and prepared the speech and practiced it over and over and over. Somehow, she's trying to make an argument that the white man came in, killed all the Indians, and then started eating meat, as if the Indians weren't doing the same thing. I'm not saying the colonialists were correct. I'm not. But her argument, folks, she's not, I know what you're thinking. If you're just listening to the audio here, you're thinking, wait, did she just get off trail a little bit? She's reading this off of a piece of paper that she herself typed up, that she herself worked on over and over and over. This is deliberate. This is not like when someone starts commentating and they just go off and start running off and then forget where they are, right?
She's now to the point where she's saying, just like how the white colonialists took the land from the indigenous people with their bullshit argument that we can't prove who owns the land.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all going, yeah, that was a shitty thing that happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, the white colonialists pretend they own animals. Like what? I don't get like.
Yeah.
You know when on the SATs where they make you do the analogy portion?
Right.
I was really good at that part.
Me too.
It just makes sense. What she says is not making sense. I'm hoping she's going to bring it together in a minute or two here.
Oh,
so I can understand.
Oh, listen,
where she's going, because so far she has not made that A to B connection.
Listen,
for me.
We're at minute 3. I need to get into minute 4, 4.5, 5, and 6 because I'm. As a matter of fact, unless you want to stop it, I'm just going to go for a bit here because
Okay, that's fine. And just know that I'll be over here
Is
writhing.
possessed of their lives, the hunted animal can become your property.
On that point.
In a minute. Approximately 90% of Native Americans were killed off by erase and replace settler colonialism. It's the new colonialism that boasts, I'll hunt for myself and be grateful like the Native Americans. As well, like the Native Americans, I thank the animal for their sacrifice. And I wonder, how do you know the animal would have picked you to feed off their corpse? The argument that hunting is ethical presumes that some primeval form of eating exists, unmediated by corrupting influences of society. There's no room in the new colonialism for an indigenous worldview to exist. Instead, it collapses more than 100 Native American nations into one amalgam and attributes a static indigenous worldview that erases those nations that were predominantly vegetarian and lived in urban areas.
Says who? What? Says who? Says who?
Says her and her alone.
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
I mean, it's
I can't.
I mean, again, they lived in teepees made of animal skin.
Mhm.
They ate the animal before they made their teepees.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we good? Are we good here?
Mhm.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. The Catahoula Hound. The Catahoula Hound is the state dog of Louisiana. It's part dog, part wolf, part, I don't know, something else.
Cool.
The Indians of Louisiana bred that dog to be that way to hunt.
Mm-hmm. I thought, I'm sorry. She says they're vegetarian. So thanks for your lies, Vinnie.
Okay.
Great.
They use those dogs to hunt. Dogs been around before colonialism
To
started.
hunt for vegetables?
Apparently, they must have been truffle dogs. They had to be sniffing out truffles in the swamps of Louisiana because God forbid they were hunting rabbit, deer, anything else they can get their hands on.
Mm-hmm.
According to this woman, these dogs were hunting for truffles, I guess. But let's continue because we're almost getting to that crux that I've been talking about.
Oh, boy.
The new colonialists see nothing wrong with a pick and choose approach to indigenous thought that never engages with the survival issues indigenous peoples are facing today. 70% of the population would have to be eliminated for people to try to rely on hunting.
This is where whenever vegans start giving me the 70% this, 30% that, these numbers, I finally figured out where they got the numbers from. And I just want to say that, and then I'm going to move on.
Okay.
They pull them right out of their fucking ass. You got to dig deep.
And then they all spread it around. That becomes the party line.
Yeah. Every time I've heard these numbers, all these numbers go around, I'll go and try to find them. And it's go, this doesn't exist. Where'd that come? Oh, they pulled it out of their fucking ass. Here we go.
To survive. Who would live and who dies and who decides? As for domesticated animals, Percy Shelley pointed out just after being expelled from Oxford, the quantity of nutritious vegetable matter consumed in fattening the carcass of an ox would afford 10 times the sustenance if gathered immediately from the bosom of the earth. 200 years after Shelley, as we've heard, 1/3 of the land mass of the world.
You're going back to bosom. Is that where you had?
Bosom, whatever. Okay, she has all sorts of malapropisms and mispronunciations and stumbles. That's okay. Not everybody is a public speaker. I can forgive that.
No. Let me tell you what she's doing. You know how some people will say, "Yeah, where'd you go vacation?" "Oh, we went down to Chile." And someone will say, "You mean Chile?"
Chile?
Okay, it's fucking bosom, bitch. It's bosom.
Well, I'm not as hung up
bosom.
That is
rocking the bosom of Abraham. It's not, you're not rocking the bosom of Abraham. You're rocking the bosom of Abraham. You stupid bat.
Also, well, here's the thing. First of all, she's trying to trot out the big guns. Like, who can I quote? Who's an alumnus of Oxford? Percy Bysshe Shelley. Okay, he. Let's quote him out. Let's do this thing. Like, it's so pandery and gross. Number one. Number two. Again, it's like a quote from Percy Bysshe Shelley, who was, by the way, not a farmer. He was a wordsmith and a poet. Like, he was not a farmer. Right. You know what I mean? And so he was not addressing the fact that they fatten up cows with sugars and grains. That's how they fatten the cows, not with vegetation, traditional vegetables from the earth. So that kind of bugs me. So that's just more misinformation.
All right. Yeah. She continues with that. Let's just move on, Anna.
All right. Look on my works, ye mighty, and
committed to animal agriculture. Entire ecosystems are disappearing. 80% of deforested acres in the Amazon were cleared for animal-based cattle
Wrong.
grazing. And yet tonight at dinner, I saw the lions eaters send meat back from their plates. So-called free-range animals contribute more greenhouse gases, while killing them in mobile slaughterhouses requires more water
Wrong.
than industrial slaughterhouses, and leaves behind an immense amount of waste, requiring an intense amount of chemicals in the process. Your meat may be—
Okay. Chemicals. What chemicals? You see, they just drop a grenade and they leave a ton of chemicals in a product. What chemicals?
Also, did you see how she said she was basically trying to say the lion's share of you did not finish the meat on your plate, and she misspoke that too.
Yeah.
Because she stumbled over it, but she went out. She took it out to everybody. The lion's share of you did not finish the meat on your plate.
Right.
By the way, I would give her speech way better than she gives her speech. I'm just saying.
But you're a professional. Let's continue.
Okay.
organic, but your slaughtering isn't. If you eat animals, you take up more climate space, requiring more water, more land, more forest deforestation, contributing more greenhouse gases. This is felt disproportionately by countries in the global south. Their carbon footprint is smaller, but they experience more frequent and intense climate change-caused weather events. These events especially affect girls and young women. Your hamburger comes with a dose of misogyny. The Western world colonized their—
I love Michaela Peterson right here when she says that. She can't not laugh at this point.
Well, that's her right there on the right.
That's Michaela. She spoke earlier in the thing. And by the way, these guys are keeping, they're keeping their stone face, but this young woman right here in the middle that's keeping the minutes, she's having trouble holding it together. Folks, you have to go watch this video.
These are young students from the debate society at Oxford, or these are people who just from the community?
I don't know. I don't think Michaela's at Oxford. I think she was there as a speaker, just like this woman was. But the bottom line—
No, Michaela was the one debating this speaker.
One of the people. And by the way, 3 times in a speech already, someone said question, and she said later. 2 more times that happens in the speech.
Are they allowed to interrupt like that? Is that part of the protocol?
It's supposed to be a debate, but this woman, every time they said she would go later. Guess what? When she was done, she just walked off. She dropped the mic.
Well, of course, she's not going to actually address any.
Because there is no debate. It's like when I call Dean Ornish and go, "Hey, would you be in my movie?" No, can't do. I'm busy that day. Well, fuck, Dean, I didn't give you a day. Just asked you to be in my movie. See, they don't want to have a debate. They want to just drop grenades and run.
I know. And I just don't understand why people can't, if they don't want to eat meat, just don't eat the meat. And if you want to eat the meat, then you eat the meat. And just, oh my God.
All right, let's continue. You see, I said I was going to let it run a little bit, but let's.
You did.
Without sending a single beef eater. Through colonial power, the diet of beef-loving English people became normative. The food heritage of pre-conquest peoples, like the land itself, was overrun. It was the colonizers, especially the British, who declared that the virility of meat-eating nations explained their success over the supposed feminine and weak rice-eating countries they defeated. Historically, the vast majority of the world lived without animal protein as a central part of their diet.
When did that happen?
She's given no facts or statistics or quoted or cited any sources. So I don't know.
I've never heard the British say, look, we've always known that meat causes virility. That's what the Seventh Day
Oh, but
Adventists.
I can totally believe the British said that, like some weird.
Do you think
fucking
that air quote
King
the
George
feminist-
crazy nut job said that
the
for sure?
feminist societies, we beat them, because they were. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
I would
it.
believe. I could see that. I could see them saying that.
Okay,
But just from that, like purely like that stereotypical stuck up British,
look,
like
still say
we are
girly
the
girl and all
empire.
that. Yeah.
I can see that. But here's my question. She's talking about the global footprint and the warming and the hamburger with a side of misogyny. And I just want to know who made her illustrious, ill-fitting blue silk jacquard jacket. Was it delivered on a steamship? Was it sent on an airplane? Was it made by children in some country? Was it made down the street by a seamstress who also manufactured the silk somewhere near her home? Or was it made?
But wait,
overseas,
I'm sorry,
perhaps?
Anna. Wait, Anna, where does silk come from?
I don't know, maybe from the Silk Roads,
Yeah,
from Asia.
Wait, is silk grown in the ground?
No.
No. Was an animal raped for her to have that jacket?
Probably they raped silkworms or something.
Yeah, so hang on. A worm is
They
okay.
were molested at the very least.
A worm is okay. A silkworm is okay.
Mhm.
We're good. We're good. So you
But
can
maybe
read that, right?
let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say she has sourced ethically raised clothing that she's wearing right now.
No,
from her
I think a
her
white
necklace.
you know what?
everything. But did it never? None of her clothing had a global footprint or a carbon footprint, rather.
Listen, Anna,
on.
I think
Come
Rick
on.
Whitey was standing over that worm, whipping it with a piece of dental floss, because you can't whip them with something too hard. They stop making silk.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
They do a cat o' nine tails out of dental floss, and they just kind of
That
spank.
sounds sexy.
Yeah, they just
Okay.
kind of, come on, silk, make some more silk with the little
Continue.
tiny-
You know what I'm saying? Like, where is everything
oh.
just?
This woman should be walking around naked. If her argument, if she stood by her argument, she would not have the clothes on that she have on. And let's say maybe that's not silk, maybe is rayon or some other crap.
Right.
But guess what? Some 12-year-old in China made it. Sorry, just a fact.
The assumption that the best protein comes from corpses is a racist belief, as it erases and replaces indigenous African, Asian, Mesoamerican cultural food practices. Meat eating is also one of the ways gender-based structures of oppression are perpetuated. Men in the West are taunted to renew their man card by eating meat because that's what real men do. That's the sexual politics of meat, and it reveals how unsettled masculinity really is. Back home, my library card is good for 7 years, but a man card can expire between breakfast and lunch if someone eats a veggie burger.
Did you?
Masculine.
Well, that's actually.
Hold on. Did you renew your man card?
No, actually, you can lose your man card if you eat tofurkey. That's a fact. I mean, that's the first fact.
That's the first fact she said then.
And by the way, when she wrote that and when she was reading that out to her wife, I guarantee you, and by the way, I'm just assuming that she's got a wife. That's fine. That was supposed to be the zinger.
Yeah, no, that was a good zinger.
A library card goes 7 years, but you can lose your
Big
man
burn,
card
Carol.
if you have a little tofurkey or a Beyond Burger.
Also relevant burn, because everybody in the audience has library cards, I'm sure.
And even this guy in the back over here, he's like, wait, what?
He's looking at Michaela, and I feel like they both have church giggles right now.
Well, he keeps looking back at the audience because the audience is laughing at her. I feel bad for her. You know, all right,
It
so
makes you cringe a little bit, yeah.
it's cringeworthy. But that was her zinger. She worked on that for weeks. Library card, 7 years. You lose your man card in 2 minutes. Let's go.
A construct of the gender binary facing constant destabilization feels always under threat, and eating animals is its protection racket.
Oh, she's taking a water
That's
break.
why after
Gotta hydrate,
9/11 That's
You missed that. All right.
Hold on, what'd she say? Sorry, I was.
While she's drinking water, the guy goes, now can you answer my question? And she goes, nope. Here, I want you to hear it. Folks, if you're listening to this and you're not watching this monstrosity on my YouTube channel, which I beg you guys to go watch, but
It's a visual feast.
Yeah, this is. She's drinking water, and another guy goes, "Question?" And she goes, "No questions. Hang on. Watch, listen."
Question?
That's why after 9/11, that's why after 9/11, a focus on men as heroes and on meat eating became part of the reclamation of a wounded masculinity. When a Black man was elected as US president, we saw how white this wounded masculinity was. White supremacists weaponized it, eating meat, eggs, and dairy. Images of milk-drinking white men, of platters groaning with meat, and the baiting of liberal men as so-called soy boys are all part of the neo-Nazi messaging. This is their right, the neo-Nazis say. This is their identity. The new colonization rests on the unstable foundation of white men's insecurities. Look at the way people, men in the animal industry speak of female animals as willing and ready to be made forcibly pregnant, which female animals are powerless to resist. There'd be no meat eating without the constant forced reproduction by female animals. Yet popular culture is flooded with references to sexy cows, sexy pigs, sexy chickens, sexy fishes, who all just want to have fun. They want to be.
Well, she is right, because girls want to have fun.
But what are sexy fishes?
Well, the ones that are sexy. I remember one time I was bass fishing, and it wasn't like a big.
And then you
bass.
suck your dick in one?
Well, it was a big mouth bass, and I looked at it.
Blew you.
and-
Okay, got it,
and I
got it,
went,
got it.
Whoa, look at the mouth on that bass. That's pretty sexy.
And you just knew it was a lady bass and not a dude bass.
Of course it was. I wouldn't have put it in my cock if it was a dude bass.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, I did what I had to do. You're out in the middle of, you're out fishing.
What is she talking about? Sexy cows? Who are the sexy cows?
Well, do you understand? Now she's saying.
Is she talking about the what is it called? The anthropomorphication of like Disney characters and stuff like that? Like,
she doesn't know what she's talking about. But here's the.
She's got the audience going, and I think she thinks that they're behind her, and I don't think they are.
Well, no, they're not. But here's the thing. When
We're almost done with this video, by the way.
By the way, I want you to watch the three men behind her. It's, all three of them are like, it's like, wait, she's emasculating us in this. They're not happy. They're sitting there not happy. So next time they go to the wide shot, look at the three men behind her. The guy that brought her up on stage.
Okay.
Notice them. I keep looking around. Those guys are like, what? And when she gets into this, white men are now forcing animals to have sex against their will. This is when the audience just starts. You hear that? I mean,
question for you, because she really got a rise out of them when she basically said that it was the narrative of the white supremacist male patriarchy to call non-meat eaters, soy boy, cuck, soy boy, whatever she said, the thing.
Right.
Now, for me, I'm not a man, so when I heard that term being used a few years ago, I just rolled my eyes of like, whatever. But was that a term you found offensive? Like, did you feel like somebody was trying to emasculate other men?
I never really knew what the term meant. I had heard it,
It's just it's like she's trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. It seems.
Yeah, it's like, hey, men emasculating other men, calling them. Well, you're up there emasculating men too.
That's tale as old as time, by the way. Like
her whole agenda.
There's a pecking order of men, and men are trying to emasculate other men for dominance. Really? That's a shock.
Anna, her entire agenda is to emasculate men in this. That's all this is. That's all this is. And to claim that this is only white men. By the way, white men are the only people you can just walk around and go, oh, white men are terrible. And everyone's okay with that. I don't know how that became okay, but
it's white men. White men are the feet of body shaming. You can still body shame feet, but that's about it, right?
White men have become, the new minority.
Well,
Even
no,
though-
not really.
Well, that's what they're turning it into. It's like, it's like they're trying
But
to.
you're not a minority.
We're not a minority. But what I'm saying is they're trying to oppress. If you're a white man, you're horrible. I'm not horrible. I'm a white man. I'm kind of white. I'm Italian. I'm not even white.
Italians are in kind of a.
Yeah, we're in this kind of never land of,
Yeah.
All right. So
So, okay. Soy boys, go.
Italians. Here we go.
Pregnant and they want to be killed because this feminized sexuality wants to be eaten. The
What?
only desire animals are credited with possessing is the desire to be consumed, which strangely can only be.
Look at this dude. Look at this. Look at the face in this dude, Anna.
The guy in the middle is like, he's going,
The guy in
trying
the
not to
middle is
laugh.
like,
He's doing that thing.
What are we doing here?
Look at the guy in the tux all the way on the left.
All right.
He's just outright laughing. No, not that guy. The guy further to the left.
Well,
No.
that's to my right. Oh, this guy?
This guy. Yeah. Him.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I'm just going to laugh. They made me wear a tux to this thing. I'm going to laugh.
Michaela is like looking down at the floor at this point. Like Michaela is so embarrassed for this woman that she was on the same dais with this
But
woman.
also too, like I've never thought of sexualizing animals the way she's describing. So I go, lady, what are you thinking about?
Listen, I have a lot of vegan friends. I've actually.
They want to eat meat so badly that they come up with these sexual references.
You know who some of my vegan
that what it
friends
is?
are, right?
Huh?
You know who some of my vegan friends are.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been at barbecues and they're there, and there has to be a separate grill grilling their zucchini.
Right.
because
Okay.
I'm not making this up. I've talked about my
It's-
friend Alexandra Paul, who I love dearly. When I first moved to LA, she was super nice to me and the whole thing. She used to get off on getting arrested. Like she and her brother and her sister, they're all like PETA,
Yeah.
vegan, the whole thing. It was almost like, oh, my sister she's got a twin sister that look identical. My sister got arrested last weekend. I need to go get arrested. It's like, give her a break. Take a weekend off. Spend a weekend not in handcuffs. How about that? But there are people who are that's what they do. And I've been
I
around these
respect
people.
somebody who would get arrested for their values. I respect that more than
Yeah.
the spreading of complete misinformation.
Yeah, no, I don't think Alexandra would
If that's
ever
what you believe
agree
in,
with.
okay.
Alexandra would never agree with it. I can't imagine she would. She's a sensible woman.
This lady for me, we're 9 minutes in and she has not made the connection between this sexual thing, the male patriarchy and eating meat. For me, it has not connected yet.
Well, let's see if she brings
I'm
it.
waiting for her to land the plane. Go ahead.
All right, let's see if she can bring this bad boy in. Come on, pilot, bring us in.
Expressed after their death. Real life tells a different story. Animals try to escape from slaughterhouses or farms. When able, cows try to reclaim their calves, taken from them so their nursing material can be monetized and sold to humans. They fight and resist the fate the colonial empire claims is their welcomed destiny. Some meat eaters are afraid of what they will feel if they look too closely at the degradations that constitute animals' experience. Mention disabling practices or the devastating separation of cows and their babies, and we hear meat eaters exclaim, "Don't tell me." Why are they afraid of the feelings such knowledge produces? They accept a patriarchal construct that views feelings as unruly and untrustworthy, causing.
You're a meat eater, right, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a meat eater. We go out of our way to figure out where our meat comes from? What's
Yeah.
this? Don't tell me. Don't ask, don't tell in the meat world. Is that?
No, we have a show based on telling.
Yeah, I've gone out and I've advertised for Crowd Cow for a long time because I wanted to know where my meat was coming from. I've been to slaughterhouses. Serena's been to slaughterhouses. Do not sit there and explain to me, honey, that people don't want to know where their meat comes from. I make it a point to go out and hunt every year and take my own animals and skin them and clean them myself because I never want to forget where it comes from, ever. So don't sit there and tell me that, don't ask, don't tell. I don't want to know. Just put it on the table, make it spicy, make it taste good. No. Do not pretend that we're that fucking ignorant, because guess what? We're not. We're not. I'm not. Anna's not. And I know people that listen to this podcast, they're not either, because when I talk to them on the telephone, the first thing they say to me is, do you know of a good farm? Where
can I source the meat? Yep.
Vinnie, ever since I've been talking to my butcher. I find
Every
out where
day.
the meat comes from.
Every day I'm asked this. People do care.
People
And by
care.
the way, this is the first time where she's made an argument about that people are upset, because we can all agree that factory farming sucks.
And she does make that point at some point.
And that's the first time I go, okay,
Oh, yeah.
now you're getting somewhere.
But guess what? She makes that point like for two. If she made that point all the way through, I would be applauding her. But here we go.
Chaos. To say you care about animals is considered a sign of weakness in a world still committed to the gender binary that values stereotyped masculine reason over stereotyped feminine feeling and wants order. And yet the reasons we hear are so irrational. If I did not eat animals, they never would be born. Meat eaters, like anti-abortionists, have forgotten that one quality of non-existence is not having awareness about existence. Meat eaters say, why, if we put prisoners to work in slaughterhouses in England, they will be learning a skill. I did not know that killing was a skill generalizable to other jobs. The new colonialist boasts, I only eat meat from locally owned farms, and I know the farmers there love their animals. If killing what one loves is standard practice, I hope they don't start loving me. What about carrots? What about carrots, we're asked, though I've never seen a meat eater leap into the road to save a carrot
third bell.
run over by an automobile. When all else fails, meat eaters assert that animals are not our equals. One would think such an equality would require us to respond more, not less sympathetically. Meat eaters tell me it's so hard to change, and yet I watch them work.
This thing of animals, they're not our equals. We don't kill other humans and eat them. Sorry, we don't. And when we do find people who do that, such as, I don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer comes to mind, right? We do something about it, right? Sorry, in order for something to live, something must die. And if she doesn't believe that every time she has a carrot, as she puts it, or some kale, or some tofurkey, furry things are dying, Pumpkin. They're dying. Lots of them are dying. I just did a movie on it, Beyond Impossible. Go give it a look. But no, you won't give it a look because, like you said, there's feelings and there are facts. And you don't want to deal with facts. You want to deal with feelings, because that's all you're doing here. And you're trying to drive a wedge between men and women, between whites and blacks, and shame on you. Shame on you. We don't need more divisiveness in this country and in this world. We need to come together. We don't need people like you. You're the problem, and you don't know you're the problem. But guess what? I'm telling you right now, you're the problem.
Even harder not to change. If you all agree that 95% of meat is from factory farmed animals and it's wrong, stop eating it.
I agree
Go
with
to
her for
your
one.
colleges and eat the vegan option, which every
No, you
college
see,
at this
No, that doesn't have to be the other option. It's not an either or.
It's like, you had me, you lost me.
Yeah, you had me for like 1 second. You're right. Factory farming, not the best thing, right?
Right.
Guess what? We can do better. I agree. I have a lot of people. I could get Ballerstadt on the show. I could get Mitt Lerner on the show. I can get all these guys on this show, and they will agree with me right, left, and center. Absolutely. Absolutely. But guess what? Guess what?
What?
The answer is not to go eat a goddamn carrot. Jesus H. Christ.
offers. It's very simple. If you agree with the basic things so that we're not even debating factory farms,
Got the fourth bell
act on it. So is our global outcome to be determined by people afraid to change? We're going to hold on to some old conceived notion of power.
By the way, Anna, the bell usually means finish up and
Fifth bell.
the bell says you got a minute to wrap, right? That's what the bell. I've been on dais.
I think she's on her last page.
Right, she is, but they've been ringing this bell now for the last.
We're on number 5.
Yeah,
I'm counting.
Change may be hard, but not changing is harder. Tonight, you're being asked to vote on whether you accept this new colonialism or not. Our menu choices don't stay on the plate. And I heard all your laughter. I know some of these must be new ideas, or you think they're fringe or whatever. Our whiteness is part of the problem of meat eating.
driving another
It really
wedge.
is. So your vote tonight is important, but even more important is the question of what or who will be on your plate in the morning. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams, bitches.
What?
We
or
should
who
watch
did you
next
play
episode.
with?
We should watch Michaela's thing.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, you know what we can all agree on?
Villa Capelli olive oil.
That's right.
Damn right.
That's right. Damn right.
Tell me all
Villa
about
Capelli is
it.
the best olive oil on the planet, Vinny. I don't know if you know about this olive oil, but Stephen Crutchfield makes it over in Puglia, and it's got the Puglia pinch, meaning like it not only is full of flavor, olive oil flavor that you don't get from the grocery store, it has a little pinch. It goes, it gets you like right in the back of the throat. It's like not quite a spice and it's not peppery, but it's like got a finish. It's so good. It's very high quality. It's the best olive oil on the planet. You should get some, you guys. You should get the 3-liter tin, and you should get some salts and some spices that Steven's selling on the site. And use the discount code Vinnie, VINNIE, and you get 10% off your order each and every time off of Villa Capelli olive oil. You can either go straight to the site or you can click through the banner ad at Vinnie's site. It is amazing. Use it for salads, use it for cooking. I use it for everything. You'll see my cooking demos. I'm using it in every single cooking demo that I do. Villa Capelli olive oil.
Promo code
That's all
Vinny.
I'm
Now,
saying.
folks, listen. Right now, Serena's upstairs making me the triple protein crime.
Yes.
There's only one way to make that. You got to put Anna Vocino's marinara in there. Look, you can put the puttanesca, you could put the crema.
Any
But-
flavor will do.
But you know what? When I made it the original way, I made it with the marinara. I'm just saying. So the triple protein crime, I see people on the internet making it and showing it and everything. Go to annavocino.com or
Go to Eat Happy Kitchen.
Happy Kitchen
Yeah.
and get this stuff.
By the way, just a shout out to Tommy Walker, who makes it a lot. But Tommy, you keep calling it the protein on protein hate crime. And it's not a hate crime.
It's not a hate crime. It's
a crime of passion.
But according to Miss Adams, it is a hate crime.
Oh, well, then in that
Yeah.
case, yes.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Vinny, for giving me a little plug. I
listen,
appreciate
and
it.
by the way, and I was just talking to someone today, and I really wanted to get into this in this podcast, but we're out of time. This woman was like, yeah, you know, I was doing NSNG and I lost 35 pounds, and then I tried this. I tried Noom or whatever.
Noom. That was one of the ones that I asked you if it was real or fake.
Yeah, and
Noom.
I was like, she's like, I stopped losing, like I lost a couple of pounds and I stopped losing weight, and they had me counting calories. What do you think went wrong? I said, well, what went wrong is you stopped dancing with the date you brought to the prom. That's why you didn't get laid. You got to go back to what was working. And she goes, but I ran out of recipes. And I said,
Gotta be kidding me.
well, did you go through all of Anna's recipes? And she was like,
Who's Anna?
oh, she knew who you were. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, Anna, you know, Anna. She goes, yeah, I love Anna. I was like, you know, she's got books. She's like,
Do you?
yeah. She goes, are those books any good? And I was like, mind blown. I spent the rest of her session talking about how great your books are. It's like,
Sorry, ma'am.
You were
Sorry you
losing
wasted
weight.
your whole time talking
you
about
were
my book.
losing weight, doing what I told you to do. You ran out of the recipes that you knew of and saw something on television and went, wait, hang on. Instead of using his co-host's book, let me go pay for something and see if that works. It didn't
That's
work.
4 times the price.
Now she had to pay me $200 to get on the phone for an hour to find out that I gave her a 45-minute lesson into how to buy Anna's books.
I got to say, too, if you get my books and you get the 31-day meal plan, which includes one of the meals is Vinny's protein on protein crime, aka the Bachelor Chili. I I very specifically designed that meal plan, especially for people who are new to NSNG. So it kind of eases you in, and then it gets to the more hardcore meat and vegetable stuff, because people want to make the pizza when they first start, right? So I have the pizza recipe.
Yeah.
People they like the cauliflower tots. They like the thing. And I'm always like, I don't have a thing. I don't have a big thing. I just have the books and I have the sauce.
Yeah.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks for wasting her time, but hopefully.
Oh, no, she learned. Now,
She learned.
This is usually where I would tell you guys to, go to Amazon. I'll do that. But this is your last chance. You see what I have in my hand here, Anna?
Oh, I think they're sold out, Vin.
This is the hottest item on the internet. Let me tell you what happened.
He's holding up the hat for those of you who are
I'm holding up the
knowing.
NSNG hat.
Mm-hmm.
There was a limited number. We did a limited number. I didn't think we'd sell more than that amount. It was a bunch. And they sold out. I thought they would last a week or so. They sold out on day one.
Yeah.
So unbeknownst to me, Debbie started taking back orders.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, Debbie, what are you doing? She goes, I'm collecting money. I think, Debbie, whoa. If you collect money, I got to go make hats. She's like, I'm collecting money. And I said, Debbie, what, you got 5 or 6 hats? She goes, I'm already at 50. I was like,
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. You got money for 50 hats? And she goes, I got money for 50. You better make 100.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
I think they're probably sold out, but if not, y'all go
Hang on.
get one.
We've been doing back order. 2 days ago, they called me. They told me we were at 100. Now we're close to 200 on back order. People have given us money for 200 hats.
Great. Perfect.
We are putting the order in today.
Monday.
Monday. And I guarantee you, whatever that final number, let's say the number comes to 240 hats.
Right.
I'm getting 250.
Right.
I'm getting 10 on top of that because I want a couple for me because I'm sweating up mine. I've been using mine and I'm sweating up. I might get 100. If I got a 140 hat order, I might get 160. I might keep 20 in reserve to give to people who, special this, that, and the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting that many. After these are done, this is the second special order. Please get on that list today.
Pre-order.
Pre-order, because once it's closed, that's it. So if you want a hat, and by the way, if we have extra, if we have 20 extra, I'm going to put them up for sale. So, but that's going to be it.
You're taking a risk doing that, y'all. Just claim yours by pre-ordering it.
Yeah. I don't want to hear, I was at work, I forgot, I didn't get around to it.
Well, you're going to hear that because people are going to write you and they're going to be mad that they didn't
go and do it. Just go do it. It's as simple as that.
Go
Okay,
do
I'm going
it.
to cut this off.
Can we call this episode Sexy Fishes?
We're going to call this the Sexy Fish episode because, I was blown by a big mouth bass. Yeah.